Hey YouTube, so now let's start to build the new MN111 111 Land Rover Defender kit. But before I start the build, I will change bushings to ball bearings, and therefore I will disassemble the axles and the central transmission to see what bearings we need. Okay, everything disassembled here: rear axle, front axle, central transmission. And because I calculated wrong last time in a video, I show you what you need, and that way I cannot give any wrong numbers, I hope. For the rear axle and the front axle we need exactly the same sizes and numbers of bearings. Those are tiny 3 inner diameter by 6 outer diameter by 2 width. Those are those ones. And 8 for the rear axle, 8 for the front axle. Those are the bushings, those are the bearings. Then we have the 4 by 7 by 2. This is this size. 2 for the rear axle, 2 for the front axle, and large ones for the central gears in the pumpkin, 5 by 9 by 3. This is this size. 2 for the rear axle, 2 for the front axle. And for the central transmission, I'm missing 2 here. So now complete. Central transmission, 3 by 6 by 2, as in the front and rear axles, 4 pieces, and 4 by 7 by 2, 2 pieces, also already used in rear and front axle. And that's all in all what we will need to equip the whole MN111 with ball bearings instead of bushings. The small one, 3 by 6 by 2, we need 20 pieces, 8, 16, 20. The medium ones, 4 by 7 by 2, we need 6 pieces, 2, 4, 6. And the large 5 by 9 by 3, we need 4 pieces, 2 for the front and 2 for the rear axle. And now I'll reassemble this mess again. So all ball bearings inside axles and central transmission, all bushings here, which will go to my super full bushing box. And before I start the normal build of the MN111, I will put a little bit of white grease into all of the shocks. Those are the really nice shocks, partly metal. They are easy to disassemble. Here's a Phillips head screw, but they are not to be meant to be filled with oil. Maybe you could do this, but here's a screw holding this, so I think they would leak for sure. Nice metal body, and mounting those is not difficult. So I simply put a little bit of white grease in each of the shock towers. That's probably the same stuff they use for greasing the gears. And then I will start the build using the manual. So the first steps the manual wants us to do is to assemble the front axle, links, shocks, links, and also the rear axle, same stuff. I will do this now. And also to mount the servo. The servo is of course a cheap plastic gear servo, and I probably will upgrade it. However, for the first try that's easy, and for the assembling of the kit I will mount the stock servo now. Before I start, check the screw bags. They are nicely labeled with the screws inside, so every bag contains several types of screws. And the manual says which screws you need, so that's quite nice. So axles, links, shocks ready. I said in the unboxing video, I think those are different shocks, harder and softer ones. I was wrong. Not a big deal, everything. Most difficult as often to mount the shock caps or the ball joints to those balls on the link. They do already come on the link. I used ball link pliers for this, and the shocks are upgrading the shocks will be not that easy. And what's also a bit strange or a surprise, those ball screws as used for the links here, they are metal, they are nice, but they are not, they are hex, not Phillips head. What's also nice, as in most tiny trucks, but they are not 1.5 millimeter as in most trucks, or 1.3 millimeter as in the SCX24. No, here they use 2 millimeter hex, and you need a 2 millimeter hex driver. They provide one. So they do everything a little bit different than most of the other trucks. MN. That makes upgrading not that easy. And let's check the next steps in the manual. The chassis. So frame rails and center parts. Okay, mounting already the central transmission and mounting the axles. Wow, fast. And finally mounting nearly everything up to the tires. Okay, I will do a little bit and then tell you if it was difficult or not. So axles, links, central transmission and the chassis parts between the frame rails mounted. Not a super big deal. However, Phillips head screws M2x5. I didn't have enough M2x5 hex head screws, and here a bigger screwdriver really helps, and an electric screwdriver, a bit larger one, also helps. Don't know if it's really possible to do this with the screwdriver provided with the kit. And yeah, a little bit of screwing and pushing those in is not that easy either, because of the upper links here, because you have to screw them in from here because of that drive shaft still in the way. By the way, drive shaft 3 parts, 1, 2 and center part. And here also quite difficult. M2 hex ball end helps here, but you can't do a lot of pressure. If I would do it again, I would probably remove the ball screw and screw it, I don't know, start before. But it's doable, it's doable. Use larger screwdrivers, not the screwdriver provided, and maybe this. Okay, chassis and what they do want us to do next. Side pedals, front grille, and already the wheels. Okay. Guess that's the last step for this video. So chassis build already finished. That's what they want to do. But one wheel I want to show you. They want us to mount front bumper and this grill bumper. Even the switch I did not mount, the side pedals and the rear bumper. And that's more or less it. And that's a roller now. And I think most of you want to see mounting the wheels with those 9mm hex, what is very strange and very special. And it will not be super easy to find different hex because 3mm diameter the axle, and the tiny pin has 1.3mm in diameter. It's not such a tiny pin, so the diameter of 3mm is, what does have the FCX24? Let's check this. Okay, FCX24, good luck. Also 3mm shafts, and here we have 7mm hex adapters, what are not very common, and even the pin has the same diameter. That's the pin of the MN111. It's a little bit longer, but the pin of the FCX24 seems to work here, and I will, for demonstration purposes only, check now if this fits in front of camera. Come on. Seems to be a little bit thicker. 1.47mm. It's thicker than the pin. Come on. The pin of the MN99 does only have 1.3mm, so the FCX24 pin is a little bit too wide for the MN111. However, the hex adapter, and I do also have metallic ones out of metal, should work with a little bit of modification of the pin, and then the wheel should work, and then many other rims and wheels will work, hopefully. So all rims that work for the FCX24 should work and will work. You have to modify the pin. Those Injora wheels, for example, those are the stamped steel ones. However, take care, the RC four-wheel drive stamped steel do have a smaller bore. You would have to drill those, or many others will not fit. Those are whatever, but you can drill and widen the hole, or simply check every rim that will fit the FCX24 will also fit, but you will have to modify the pin. And now finally let's mount the fourth wheel. This pin should fit now, and it does. Then the 9mm hex adapter. Why didn't they use 7mm ones? Then the wheel rim and the nut. For those 3mm M3 you will need a 5.5mm hex driver. So, and that's it. Shocks, bit jumpy, but without heavy body now. So that's the roller, and I will stop this video now. And next part I will build probably the body. That's quite a bit of work, or electronic, we will see. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you in this next video. I'll be back.